Ahoy and welcome. I am Lee the Pirate Tester, and today I'm joined by Stephen Denman. Hello, Stephen.
Hello. Sorry, I was a bit confused there.
How are things with you?
I'm good. It's a lovely Friday afternoon, and looking forward to a nice weekend.
It's a little bit grey and cloudy here today. It's a bit, but hopefully the weekend picks up.
Yes.
And I was thinking, when did we first? I think it was at a Test Bash Brighton.
That was probably when we last saw each other in person. Yes. What?
I was thinking that's when I first would have met you in person, let alone last.
I think we met at Manchester before. But yes, it was probably the last time was probably 2019, 18, 19, Brighton. Yeah.
It just
feels too long ago.
It was at a Test Bash. Oh yeah, very much so. To enlighten me and everyone else, do you want to let all the bracketeers listening, what do you do, Stephen?
I work for a company called Picotech. We make USB oscilloscopes. So the normal oscilloscope has like a bright green line or whatever, less so these days, but that follows across the screen. We use the power of computers to do all of the cunning mathematics and stuff involved in oscilloscopes. So you just get a nice, lightweight, small piece of kit that just plugs into the USB, and then your computer, laptop, whatever, does all the heavy lifting. So I work on the driver side of that, so working on testing APIs on a sort of hardware interface level, and mostly do a little bit of UI stuff, but mostly on legacy products.
And how did you get into that? Like, what was your journey to being a tester and ending up where you are?
So as a young lad, I feel old now. I did my degree was in electronic and computer engineering, sorry. But I graduated at that best time, such as a global depression in 2008. So I ended up working in John Lewis for about a year, which is where I met my lovely wife. And then happened to manage to get a job with somewhere. So during my university, I did a summer placement and just happened to manage to get a job there in their test team. Worked there for nearly 5 years, then moved to my current place.
As I say, 2008 wasn't a good year, was it?
It definitely wasn't. It was, you go to the job centre, it's huge queues out the door, and a lot of people out of work.
And we're at a terrible age where so we had uni and becoming an adult, and then the world's economy went to shit, and it started to recover, and now it's going to shit again. I'm just give us a break. Yeah.
Yes. It's.
I'm always I'm always just thinking back to your oscilloscopes and going the green wibbly lines is exactly where I'm is it really an oscilloscope if I can't see the green wiggly lines that's used in loads of sci-fi movies and stuff? Does it really count?
If you're not using it to play Doom on in the many cases. Yeah, someone.
I've seen people putting Doom on their fridges.
I saw someone had modified a pregnancy test to run Doom recently. I mean, admittedly they'd replaced the screen, but apart from that, yeah. Whereas back as a kid at school, you were happy to have an IT lab with any computers in and playing Flash games on browsers and things, whilst obviously doing your schoolwork.
Well, I mean, like, talking about Doom, to this day, I can still remember the two most important passwords when playing Doom, which is all the weapons and ammo and invincibility. I have not needed to enter these cheats in, 25 plus years? But I still...
But yeah.
And I don't know why I still know them. They have no impact on my life.
It's interesting when you things you remember from your childhood. It's like I used to, like, we used to have two computers in my house at home, which was like luxury. But one of them was so old that I used to play Unreal tournaments over LAN with them, and one of them was so awful that it would run it at 320 by 200 resolution. But like, I can remember exactly. I can probably go and play Unreal Tournament right now and remember the layout of every single map on it. Like, useless things that stay with you forever.
Yeah. Do you understand all this complex stuff? No, but this stuff from like 25 years ago, I've got that down. What about you got taught at school? Not a clue. Not important. Games? Yep. I'll remember that.
Yeah, it's like, or when in my previous job, I had someone's like, can someone technical help me with my son's maths homework or something? It's like, sure, I'll have a look. It's like, I should know how to do this, but I'm still going to go and have to Google it first, even though I know what I should be doing. I know it's somewhere in my mind, but yeah.
I mean, Googling stuff's not that bad. As testers and developers will know, Google has the answers.
I think the real skill is in knowing how to search for things, really. And how to disseminate the information you get presented quickly. I think that's a very underrated skill. Yeah,
because if you try to remember stuff, you don't know if you then start to remember it wrong, but if you know where to find information, that's the big one to me.
Yeah, so like when programmers say all languages are the same, to some extent, yeah, they are. If you just need to know how to do a for loop or whatever in language X, but you know what you're looking for, it's I think it's something that.
To be fair, if I go outside of SQL, I'm screwed.
Oh, SQL is special. It's almost as fun as MATLAB. No, it's I think.
See, I've heard horror stories about that.
Yeah, MATLAB is one of the most fun things we support at Pico. It's because a lot of the scientific community, because we sell a lot of devices to sort of science communities and things, there's very much a demand for it, and MATLAB very, very clever with their marketing and how they've built their market presence. It is one of the things we have to deal with quite a lot.
Well, our time is whittling away. We've got like 20 seconds or so left now. So I would like to say thank you for coming along and having a chat today, Stephen. Hopefully we've made people think about old games from their childhood they can still remember.
Yes, and random stuff. Been lovely to thanks for inviting me on or having me on. I suppose I invited myself.
Well, I put it out there.